Hi, this is Professor Barati, and welcome to Advanced Cost Accounting ACC 660, and I'll be your online professor for the next 8 weeks. The class runs from July 24th through September 9th is the syllabus dates, and the Canvas screen that you're seeing right here is available now, and you're welcome to go into the Introduce Yourself module here, and feel free to introduce yourself, a short little paragraph about yourself. I kind of enjoy reading them and seeing all the graduate students and what some of your career aspirations are, as well as what you're currently doing at work and pursuing your MBA, whether it's for a CPA exam and so on. For those who have not taken an online class here at Bay Path, I'd like to go through the Canvas program with you quickly. And we use what's called Canvas, which is what you're seeing right here on the screen. And it starts with the welcome section, and this video that you're seeing right now will eventually end up right here in the welcome video. The syllabus, if you click on syllabus, you'll get a Word document right here, and we'll put that up, and it gives you basically the dates, the school policies, the grading, and so on. And it summarizes the modules. But essentially, the Canvas itself is a syllabus. So we have an 8-week graduate class, and it's broken out each by what's called a module. And these modules basically consist of basically an overview. So let's click on week 1, which is the first week, and it explains the different objectives, the learning objectives for each chapter, chapter 3, 4, 5. You will be given lecture notes, which summarizes each chapter. I recommend that you use them. I've put them there. Most professors don't give their students lecture notes, but I think they're very good, and I'll give you an example right here. Basically, it's the chapter and a nice, neat summary. And I find that if you read this, you basically get a good summary, or what we call the Monarch notes. Next, you will get a PowerPoint slide for all the chapters. I recommend you also look those over. And then we have a section for videos. Most of these videos I've done, but I have also attached videos from other professors. I tried to find videos from the professor that actually wrote the book. So for example, this video is one that I did that shows you how to do the statement of cost of goods manufactured. And so you have a whole list of videos, and then from there is the discussion, and these are very important. These are graded, 20 points, 20 points. So basically, we need to basically do a little bit of discussion work here. 1 to 2 posts is fine. I'm not a big stickler on discussions when it comes to cost accounting. I think cost accounting is more of a quantitative class. It's all about assignments and case studies. Discussions, short, get to the point. As you see, I don't have huge, big questions. So the discussions basically are there for you to identify and definitions, get familiar with terminology that you're going to be using. Some modules have 1 or 2 discussions, some will just have 1. And then here's your assignment. So Chapter 3, Assignment 34, Chapter 3, Assignment 36. Again, this is all week 1, which is an intensive week. It is 3 chapters. So Chapter 4 is job costing. Again, look at your learning objectives. Do something on the discussion, write a post. In this case, I've provided a video for you to observe and make a comment. And then your assignments. On to week 2, we get into week 2, process costing. Again, your learning objectives. And then you have lecture notes, chapters 6 and 9. Along with videos, a discussion, there are 2 discussions, and an assignment, 2 assignments. Week 3 is our first case study on cost, volume, profit analysis, which will basically test us on the chapter prior. So I recommend that you pay good attention to the chapter on cost, volume, profit analysis when doing the case study. And so on. Week 4, week 5 is week 6 is another case study. Week 7, we have a couple of assignments and a couple of chapters, and week 8 will be a chapter on the case study. Case study 3 will be on chapter 20, and there is no discussion, but the discussion will be on the case study. So in other words, instead of discussing the chapter, I've put in an area where students can talk about the case study and ask questions and help out if someone's stuck on a formula or a concept and not understanding it. I will be participating as well. I'm not going to give answers, but I don't mind being engaged and talking about kind of directing you in the right path. Case studies are more about understanding concepts, not heavily tested on error. You know, if you make a calculating error, not really about getting the right answer, as long as I see that you know how to set up the schedules and how to get to the answer. That's the important thing. Below that are some helpful calculators that I've put in. And so that's basically our PowerPoint case study. So this is essentially your syllabus. And I recommend that you follow this. This area, discussions and assignments, for example, are behind the scene. You could go here, but you might get a little confused. I would seriously stick with the modules. Now, also part of this course is this McGraw-Hill Connect. So I've sent you a link to register for this McGraw-Hill, which you will do. You register for this class, and it's this one, Advanced Strategic Cost Management. And in this field are going to be basically your assignments. Chapter 3, you'll see that you get mostly 2 attempts to do your assignments. This does not have all the assignments right now. I've basically allowed up to chapter 9 and the first case study viewable by the students. As the class progresses, I'll fill this up, and there will be more viewable basically assignments and case studies as we go along. You essentially will go into these assignments and basically do the work online. It will issue a grade. You'll get 2 attempts, and I've been very generous with due dates. So if a student thinks they have to get something done in that week, if they're a little late, it will say it's late, but I have not set up these assignments to deduct points if they are late. I will use that as my own discretion. This is a graduate level class, and I'm assuming that the students, like yourselves, will, within a reasonable time, get these assignments done. And they basically test the fundamentals, so there's not a lot of trick questions or gotcha type questions. They test to the fundamentals. So I think if you do the PowerPoints, read the assignments, read the chapters, you should be straightforward with the theory here. And it's just a matter of setting enough time, because this is a lot to cover in 8 weeks. It is cramming. You're doing 2 to 3, in the case of week 1, 3 chapters. And so it gets a little intense. This is my view, so as you can see, more chapters will be filled out. Here's your second case study. Here's your third case study. So you need to register there. I suggest you do this before July 24th, and I suggest you work on the first module. Basically now, it's published, and I think it's ready to go. There is so much information here, and so much dates and things like that that I set up. Please forgive me if you find some errors. Each week I review everything a second time. I've looked over everything basically 2 or 3 times already, but I always catch something, or a student will catch something saying a date is wrong. So bear with me, point those things out to me, and I will fix them. And so each week I go through and make sure everything makes sense, and that the students don't get caught up with glitches and things like that. Some of the problems we run into on online classes. So I look forward to this semester. This is a great course. You're going to learn a lot. This is a good business operations course. There's a lot of theory, but it's practice. It is theory that you can apply. It's very logical. Not a lot of writing and interpretation. It's just basically good old-fashioned calculator and analysis work, which I think will definitely help you in your career paths. So once again, welcome to Advanced Cost Accounting for this summer, graduate school, and it is a pleasure to be your professor this summer, and we'll be discussing and talking soon. Thank you.